Have you ever had this experience? You've actually finished everything on your to-do list before Shabbat, and then instead of feeling a sense of peace, you feel empty and ungrounded? Today we're going to unpack exactly why this happens and, more importantly, what to do about it. But first, if you're new here, hi, I'm Sivi, and I help Jewish women to enjoy more clarity and more calm through intentional living. This video is about the third sneaky move. We have 5 sneaky moves of the Erev Shabbat Yetzer Hara. The first sneaky move is trying to get you to do just one more thing. The second sneaky move is what I call holy panic, and I will link to those videos. Today, we're going to talk about the third sneaky move. With this third sneaky move, you've actually succeeded in creating space. Shabbat is coming. You've finished everything you need to do. All the basics are done. You have said no to the extras, and now you have created space. The challenge is, what do we do with that space? Our brain, it's used to what's familiar, and what's familiar is rushing like a chicken without a head. So suddenly, actually having time and space can feel very ungrounding, as if we are falling without a parachute. We need to know what to do with the space that we have created. It's like that calm feels wrong. Something in our brain is saying, this is wrong. When we want to make a change, imagine that you're walking down a path, and that path, it's not necessarily the best path that could be. You know that there could be a better path, but that path is wide and it's smooth, and you've been there, you can go there in your sleep. That's how it is with a rushed Erev Shabbat. We're used to it. When we want to make a change, we're now intentionally creating a new path. It's literally as if you have to go and hack down branches or, dig something, or literally carve a new path through the woods. Our brain is going to keep telling us to go back to what is familiar. Familiar to a brain is safe, even when we know it's unpleasant, even when we know that there is something so much better. If it's familiar, it is safe. So creating an actual new path of calm in the beginning, it's going to feel wrong. That's just how it is in the beginning. It feels really, really wrong. What's actually kind of funny is when you feel that unanchored feeling, you actually can learn to tell yourself, wait a minute, that means I'm on the right path. Normally, when you feel the feeling of being unanchored and sort of floaty and something's really, really wrong, we will fill it. We'll find busy work. We'll go back to the beginning and add in one more thing, or, find something to do, or even just go and start scrolling or something. Some way to fill it that's not productive, and then just say, you know what, this whole project, it's not for me. But if we can get used to recognizing that this sense of unease is a really good sign. It means that you are literally creating a new neural pathway in your brain, in your subconscious, a pathway and a neural pathway of a new way, of a new path, of a new way of coming into Shabbat. It's an amazing thing, and it does take time to get used to normalize. It's okay. But you don't have to do it alone, because I've been there, and I'm going to help you get there so much faster. We're going to use a weed whacker together, and we're going to clear this path, okay? Just bear with me here. When this happens and we actually have this free time, we might want to just say, you know what, I am just going to relax. But it doesn't work. It actually causes tension, because unstructured time can feel worse to our brain than being in a rush, than having no time at all. Our brain knows what to do with it. When there's unstructured time, we might want to relax, but if we haven't planned for that, it really can make us feel like we're in a free fall. We're like falling through the air without a parachute. So the point of this sneaky move, how to kind of, navigate it, is to create that parachute, to create that soft landing. Now, I am going to go over it in this video, but especially because it's so unique. What you like to do with your free time is not going to be the same as what I like to do with my free time. And what I want to do with my free time one week is not going to be the same as what I want to do with my free time on a different week. So I do have the free workbook that you can download on all the sneaky moves. This one I think is probably one of the most important. You just go through all the little steps in the workbook and you figure out what you want to do. You start to plan for that time so that it becomes really special for you, so that you can fill it in a way that feels safe and comforting and nourishing and enjoyable. Sometimes you might want to say, okay, I am going to take a nap during this time. I have carved out this time for myself. You might want to take an extra long shower. You might want to bake something special that wasn't important, but you really wanted to do it. Or make an extra salad on purpose. Maybe you said, okay, I'm not going to do the just one more thing. We don't need this extra salad. But now that everything's done, I've checked off all the boxes, now I'm going to enjoy making this extra salad. You may want to just stare out the window. I don't know. There's a lot of things you may want to do. So the point of going through the exercises is to figure out, what do I actually want to do? What fills me up personally? What fills me up right now in this time? And how do I create the space to do that in a way that I don't feel like I'm forgetting anything? I don't feel panicked. I don't feel stressed. So many people that I talk to, they're like, I can never get ready for Shabbat anymore calmly, because if I'm ready, I just feel it, or I feel off, or like, there are all of these things, and they literally are the Yetzer Hara just getting to us. In our culture these days, doing. Whenever I speak to other women, they're always like start to get into this sort of quiet little competition of who does more, who is more overwhelmed. We live in a culture, and I don't know if it's more in the firm world, because our lives are just so busy, Baruch Hashem, between Shabbat and Chagim and children and families and obligations. And I don't know if it's something that's going on in the wider world or it's just in our world, but doing more is highly valued. And we do want, look, I'm not saying anybody should waste time, but HaKadosh Baruch Hu has made us B'Tselem Elokim. Like, we are not robots. We are not slaves in Egypt. We are free people, and we want to have time to connect and to be spiritual. And there are different things that will fill us up. And sometimes we just feel like we're racing so hard to do mitzvot and to do all the things that all of our obligations, that we're not really living, we're not really connecting. Like I'm saying, the point here is to have intention. Your intention could be that I am going to, again, make a salad or, bake a cake, whatever it may be. That's okay. I'm not saying that you have to go meditate or something or do yoga, right? I'm not saying you have to stop, but it's doing it with intention, not because you need to do it. To say, okay, what is the minimum? What are my standards? When is good enough enough? And now, what am I going to do with this me time? And there could be many, many different things that you choose to do with your me time. But when you're doing it with intention, then you can enjoy it in a completely different way. I used to struggle with this so much. I really thought that anything like me time was selfish and terrible. And I had a lot of issues with this whole topic. So over the years, learning that I am a bat melech, I am a princess, you are a princess, we are Hashem's daughters. He wants you, he gives us Shabbat as a gift, not so that the women of Am Yisrael can become shmatas. He gives us the Chagim as a gift. Yes, there are things to do. Yes, it literally, it's like making Thanksgiving dinner every week, and then sometimes we even do more than that. There are things to do, but there are ways to learn how to do it that serve you and serve your family and give you joy at the same time, and don't turn you into a complete exhausted shmata. When you first start working on this, it is going to feel extremely awkward. I mean, I had nobody to guide me when I was starting with this, so it felt super, super duper awkward in the beginning, but I'm here for you, okay? So you don't need to do this on your own, but it is going to take time to make it normal. And again, that's why I created the workbook for you, totally free. You can download it and you can print it. It's black and white printable. It's very fun and it's enjoyable. I like it. And I also created a meditation that I will also link to, and this is also part of a playlist. So the meditation is about 5 minutes when you've gotten ready for Shabbat and you've got that space, and you're either you have about 5 minutes of space, you can put this meditation on, or let's say you've said, I am going to now take a bubble bath, or I am going to now go make a kugel, right? Like you're going to do something, but you want to transition into completing all of your to-do list and going into your optional special activity. This meditation can work as a bridge. You don't need to like sit and zen. You can do it while you're even walking, laying down, sitting. It doesn't really matter. It's just a couple minutes to help you're forming neural pathways, you're getting your subconscious on board and making this whole thing into a new normal. So the meditation is there for you to use, and the workbook is there for you to use, and I wish you a lot of hatzlacha. And remember, Hashem loves you more than you can ever imagine. Have a wonderful day. Bye.